We dug for months, years, an eternity. And we were rewarded with madness.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Darkest Dungeon with me, your host Tim. Remember that we are playing a modded version of the game. We are running with the LUNM mod. You can see Red Hook's stance on modding their game down below in this video's description. Also down below in the comments section, I will have a pinned comment from me, assuming I remember, which will have some timestamps in it, so you can be jumped ahead to different portions of the video which might interest you a little more than just listening to me talk about the LUNM mod and or doing the town-related stuff. You want to get to the adventure, should be a timestamp down there for you to jump ahead to that. Alright, so let's talk about the LUNM mod first. Holy crap, that was a lot of fun yesterday, wasn't it, doing that one mission? Jesus. It was awesome. We did really well. Now, before I begin congratulating me, remember that I did take a peek at the monsters' stats. In particular, their base speed and their dodge. Because before I stepped into there, I wanted to make sure that nothing was too crazy when it came to the dodge rating and the speed rating there. And the only dodge difference of the creatures was, I think, the little guy that has the plate with the thing on top of it, the whatever that is, the little I think it's called the Esquire or something. He has a base of 21 dodge in the base game. I think I lowered that to 16 in my mod without knowing anything about him. And remember that well, maybe not remember, but I did that because all of my heroes have about 5 to 15% less accuracy in my mod than the base game. So I didn't want to be frustrated when I walked in there by having a very low chance to hit that creature. Nothing else's dodge rating was touched, however. There were two creatures whose speed was changed, down, I think, 2 points. The mosquito was reduced from 10 to 8, and the crocodile I apparently lowered from 7 to 5. I don't think it unbalanced things, but let me know what you think. I don't have a backup of my save file, so I can't do it again. But I can go back in there with Yohanathle, who has yet to do it, if we want to watch me do the courtyard with slightly higher speeds on my characters. Of course, we'll know it's RNG, so who knows what will happen. I don't think, though, that it felt unbalanced for either of them. Remember that I even lowered the accuracy of this. This, I think, was 95 originally for Punish. I'm sorry, yeah, it was 90, I believe is what this was. But we walked in there with also rank 2 skills. So that countered that made up for the lower dodge rating and put us on equal footing with the creatures. So I don't feel that I've messed up any of the balance in that area. I do think we got very lucky because we ambushed most of the groups that we fought as well. And we got a few lucky critical hits in and were able to wipe out a few things before they ever attacked me. And a few things that did attack me before the crocodile, they didn't use their cursing abilities. So I think we got really lucky, and I'm gonna go with I didn't mess up the balance of the courtyard. Now, with that in mind, keep in mind that what one would do right now is double check all the creatures' base stats, look at their dodge and speeds, and make sure I'm still happy with them going forward. Again, remember one last time that when it comes to creatures' dodge, especially in this mod, it is not quite as high in the base game, but that's also because our accuracy has been greatly lowered, or lowered somewhat. Basically, the heroes lost about 5% to dodge. Most of the creatures in my game, depending upon the creature, lost about 3%, 2 to 5% dodge as well, depending upon the creature. Okay. What else have we done in the LUNM mod really quick that I can talk about, or not so really quick? So, I attempted to add a special type of quest to the game, which would reward you with a trinket that I was making. Basically, these specialized trinkets. And it is really difficult to add a new quest type to the game without altering a ton of files. And I'm very skeptical it would work, or I could make it in such a way that it would be, not fair is the wrong word, but I can't get it to do quite what I want. So I'm currently going to shelf the trying to get these trinkets to work like a quest, and instead try to add them to the loot tables as a rare thing that can be dropped from veteran level creatures and higher. So we should start seeing them show up for rank 3 creatures and up. I'm thinking of adding them to only a few select creatures as well, would draw from them. So like maybe the Collector and the Madman and those special creatures as well. The Skiver, the Skeletal Banner Bearer. I think those guys I'll have drop these trinkets that I'm working on. And maybe another, like, not often encountered creature as well. Maybe like the Unclean Giant or the Giant Carrion Eater would be other good ones, since you don't encounter them all too often. Or something like that. Let me know if you have a preference for a type of creature you think should drop the trinkets that I'm making. I also altered the Cultist. Her ability to... her incantation, that's the one that she always uses. I re-added the mark target to it. And I lowered its crit chance to 2% at rank 1, 3% at rank 3, and 4% at rank 5. I don't remember what it is in the base game, though. And I do plan to add that horror shuffle ability before I play the game again, which should be probably Friday. You might not see another one of these until Saturday. There might be a break in the Darkest Dungeon uploads tomorrow. I've also added this special effect of marking a target when the Highwayman and the Antiquarian use their abilities which mark the target. I don't know if it'll work for them because I left their old graphic in as well for the hit. I'm not sure if we'll immediately crash when that happens, so we'll have to test it. I also now changed Tracking Shot. It no longer damages the target, still marks them, and grants him an accuracy buff. I've been tempted to add like only a minus 90% to it, or put back its minus 85% and just let that be for the entire time, since it doesn't add a debuff to the target. So that might be something I put back in, but I just added it to this. I do like the idea as well. I want opinions of changing the name of this to like, oh crap, it was right in my head. Now I forgot it. Darn it, I can't remember what you called it, and I was about to say it. Oh well, but I do like the ability of changing the name of it as well, especially if it's just going to be a marked target. But we will see if I'm going to keep it. What else did I do? Oh crap, we got to talk about the Musketeer. Alright, did I do anything else? I can't think of anything else that I did in the game since we last talked. Oh, yes, there is something. So I actually did this a few episodes ago, but I keep forgetting to mention it. I have reduced the heirlooms that the districts require by about half for most of them. Now, why did I do this? I don't know if I've mentioned it, but you get reduced amounts of heirlooms when you go adventuring in all these locations. Not as quest rewards, but you do get reduced rewards whenever you find them as a loot pick. Whenever you find any amount of busts as a loot pick, you only ever find 2. And the same thing goes for like deeds, you only find 2. You only find crests in stacks of 4. You only find portraits in stacks of 1. If you ever find more than those numbers of those heirlooms, then the loot table picked that twice or 3 times or what have you. You find 3 portraits, the loot table decided to pick portraits 3 times. This was because of the amount of grinding that it required, or not required, to level up these places. That when the game had first... Right before the game came out, like, oh my god. The guild required an amazing amount of portraits, and the blacksmith required hundreds, like 500-something deeds to fully level it. And it was one of the chief motivating desires of mine to make the LUNM mod originally, to get the grinding down. But Red Hook has released Radiant mode now, and right before they released the game for real, once it went gold or what have you, back in over a year ago now, they greatly reduced the blacksmith cost. It was still more expensive for their blacksmith than mine, but I was pretty happy with the tweaks I made to the blacksmith. It feels just about right. So now with Red Hook having included other things you can work toward, I felt compelled to lower them somewhat. Just as a heads up. Like, it still requires a crazy amount of things to do it. Like, this is not 200 in my mod. It's only 100 deeds. but you're going to struggle to get those 100 deeds as well. You still have to go out and... It's rough. It may be, honestly, rougher to get 100 deeds in my mod than 200 deeds in the base game. What else happened? Alright, we should talk about the Musketeer while we're here. So, oh, no, actually we're going to stop really quick because I've been getting some comments on the abilities I want to change for the heroes. So, you guys have persuaded me, after reading some of your comments, that I'm not going to alter any of the heroes' abilities that I originally wanted to alter. So, a good point you guys have made is that, on one of the opinions, you mentioned that you really don't like the idea of making abilities X uses per combat. And, Mikolaj, you use the Cry Havoc all the time to get stress down. And I forgot this even decreases stress by 7 with the 66% chance at the higher level. So, with that in mind, I'm not going to alter anyone more than I already have, and I have to remember to put that debuff back on Sacrificial Stab. So, I'm not going to alter them anymore, with the possible exception of making this last 4 turns. But even then, it was a good point that, hey, if you use this, guarding a target is stronger for him. I think I'm fine with that, though, like this not having something, and not even marking himself, because if he marks a target with Withstand, he has to use this the next turn. And if he uses it the next turn, he's not guarding anybody, because his guard only lasts 1 round, not 2 rounds. Oh, right, yeah, that's right, because you guys are probably used to all the guard abilities lasting 2 rounds, because I think that's what happens with the Houndsmaster guard, right? That lasts for 2 rounds? I think the guard lasts for 2 rounds, I know the Man-at-Arms does. The guard ability that the Crusader has and the Leper has only lasts for 1 round, though. At least I believe it does, not 2. So, I did that to balance them and also make sure that their guards are a little weaker than the normal guards were in the base game. Alright, let's cover the Musketeer now. So, when it comes to the Musketeer, remember that I wanted her to be different than the Arbalest. She's totally... Here she is. I'm so glad to see her in my mod. Hello, Musketeer. She was something for us Kickstarter backers, but I've been figuring out where Red Hook constantly tries to hide her information. Or rather, moving her information around to make it more... That's what I'm looking for. Organized with everything else that they've been doing. It seems like they're hiding it to me, but they're not really hiding her. But I did make her a little different than our Arbalest. So she has a little more dodge than the... Oh, yeah, one more time, everyone. All she is a carbon copy in the base, and for all us normal Kickstarters, as the Arbalest. That's it. She's just a reskin. Now, but because I'm a modder, I really wanted to make her different, so she feels a little different than than our Arbalest does. She might be a little powerful, and I haven't had too much feedback on her. Everyone's just happy to have her. Like, holy crap, it's an actually different animated character. Everyone loves that, right? So we're going to cover the different... We're going to go over her skills, and I'm going to try to point out where they're different from our Arbalest as well. So first off, she's not wearing armor, so she doesn't have any prot. Her hit points are also lower. Oh, it's going to be hard to show this. I think her hit points are slightly lower than the Arbalest as well. Her damage, I want to say, is exactly the same. She might do more. I'll have to wait until she levels and matches our Arbalest friend. Her skills are also obviously different, though. I think I didn't change her resistances at all, though. And her trinkets are different because her abilities are slightly different. So, let's do it. So, oh, right. I think her accuracy is much higher than the Arbalest, but I do think she does less damage. Yeah, I think my Arbalest damage is 5 through 10. And she does 1 less minimum, 1 less maximum. I'm going to have to... Oh, wait a second. What am I talking about? I got the notes right freaking here. So we can just go and take a look at her. What did I change for her? Okay, she's different, blah, blah, blah. She has reduced hit points at every level, so she has 25 compared to what the Arbalest has. And her defense was increased. I don't indicate any difference of the damage for her abilities, though, but I'm positive she does slightly less damage, but has higher accuracy, I think. Maybe I didn't do that. Maybe because her armor's, doesn't have any armor, I give it the higher accuracy. Anyway, she has, as you see, greatly higher accuracy than our Arbalest does. Let's look at, I can't look at both of them at the same time. So, 5% more accuracy than the Arbalest is what she has. Okay. So, her aim shot is exactly the same as the Arbalist's aim shot. There is no difference there. Our Arbalist has suppressing fire, when we can see what that does right here. For our Musketeer, she has acidic canister, is what this is called. It doesn't do any damage to the targets it strikes, but it puts a weak blight on them and lowers their protection and accuracy instead. Her call the shot only marks the target for 2 rounds instead of 3. It does no damage. It only puts a dodge debuff on the target as opposed to like a dodge and prod. But it always crits. Always. Every time she uses it. I did this because I like the idea of her having a stress recovery of sorts. And technically this might affect other people in the group, like restoring their like 3 or so stress when she uses it. It's not a 100% chance. It's like something like 40 or 50% chance whenever someone crits, someone else recovers from stress. So, thus, call the shot. I'm still not 100% sure if I've made that balanced or not, but there you have it. Maybe I should lower the dodge a little bit to make up for it, or maybe make the crit mod only like 75%, so it's a great chance to crit, but not always guaranteed, but there you have it. Here's Strafe. It doesn't attempt to put a debuff on the target like whatchamacallit does. Instead, it bleeds the front 2 with a weak bleed. I've been tempted recently to lower this bleed chance to 90% rather than leave it at 100%. So it's not quite as good at it. Here's Hexed Bullet. This is the random fire that the Arbalist has. The damage mod on this is negative 60%. It has a good chance to crit, marks the target for 2 rounds, and blights the target as well for 1 round. 1 point of damage for 3 rounds. I've been tempted as well to remove the marked target, and instead this will do extra damage to marked targets to make up for it. So, and what does our Arbalist have? Our Arbalist's random shot, what is it called? Blind Fire. It has a 10% damage mod only, so it does significantly more damage, but it has the plus speed buff. I could lower the crit on this as well, if you guys think that's too powerful. She has Patch Up. This always heals at least, it heals 1 hit point. That minimum does not go up as she levels it. It goes up to 1 to 4 hit points total at max, and it has a chance to cure Bleed and Blight. I believe that chance goes up 10% per level, with a 55% chance to cure it at the highest level. And here's Skeet Shot. Skeet Shot is currently exactly the same as Flare. I would like to change this to something different. I'm tempted to have this do a little bit of damage to everyone in the opposite side, and debuff their debuff resistances, their bleed resistances, and their blight resistances a little bit. Like maybe 10%, going up 1% per level, so it would max at 15 at the highest rank. And it wouldn't be able to crit. Or maybe it should be able to crit. Because the damage on this is going to be like negative 90%, so it's going to do almost no damage to them. Again, something similar to the Hound's Harry. For her normal abilities, I think Field Dressing is exactly the same as is Triage from what the Arbalist has. And her Marching Plan is also the same. Her Clean Musket is a little different, I believe. I think this adds more damage and crit. So take a look at those numbers, and then we go up and look at our Arbalist. And these are her numbers. Yeah, 5% more damage and 6% more crit. That might be too much crit. But no accuracy for her. She already has a ton of accuracy, so she doesn't need more of it. And that is our Musketeer. I've added some unique lines to her, and then, because she didn't have anything before, I believe Red Hook added a bunch of lines for her as well. I think when she crits, because she didn't say anything before, just complete silence. So I kept my statements. I'm sorry if they're cheesy. Well, you can let me know how cheesy they are when we use her. Okay, so that's good. Let me start and stop the recording really quick. Okay, so that's part saved off. I think we're done talking about the LUNM stuff. Let's go ahead and do the town-related things. So, before we go any further, I want to start treating stress and or quirks on people. So, Pincer of Fate. Oh. This first. Oh, I can't lock positive quirks. We're going to go ahead and purchase some more busts. I really want 15 busts here. I know our blacksmith is going to suffer because of this, but I really want a second thing over in the sanitarium. All the other deeds. Wait, what am I saying? What am I talking about? Why am I looking at deeds? Oh, because I was thinking of trading them. Let's try trading some crests for busts, so we can upgrade the sanitarium's patient cells another rank, letting us treat multiple people's quirks. At least trying to get rid of their negative quirks, because we're keeping up with them, maybe, or slightly falling behind them. So I want to trade crests. I want, is it 7? 7 of these. And now I can treat multiple negative quirks. So Pincer of Fate, we're going to have you get rid of Paranormania. And Raphael, or I want Crispatai. Ugh, compulsive, but it's not as bad as Plutomania. I hate Plutomania. Or is there someone else that should be getting rid of? Oh no, we really should have you get rid of it, Raphael. So what are we going to get rid of? I'd love to lock this, but I don't think we have the money. No, we only have 7,000 left. Let's wait on you. Let's see who else needs recovery. So Chris could use some stress recovered, though he only wants to whip himself to do so. Let's do it. Does anyone else have any appreciable stress? Sasha! Holy flipping crap. You only want to pray as well. No one else has any appreciable stress. Locked Plutomania. Such a shame. God-fearing, locked, nervous. You know, destruction, we're going to throw you in here. And get rid of Stress Eater. I like to lock something on you. But I don't have the money. I can't afford that. Not... Oh, hold on. We could sell the Dodgy Sheath. Let's sell the Dodgy Sheath. Does that make up for it? Which of these am I going to lock, Tim? I really want the Disease Resist, I think. Or Thick-Blooded. These are both good. If we get Thick-Blooded, what does that bring your Blight Resistances to? That's also because we're using this. Yeah, let's lock Thick-Blooded. I know it's kind of a weird one to lock. Most people probably lock Deadly. But I'll try to use you against a lot of blighty things. Okay, and I think that will be good. Next, I spent all the money, so we can't upgrade to any level 2s. I guess we're going to be taking our level 0s out for a spin this time. Can we get more people on the stagecoach? No, we don't have the crests now. Weak grip, Logiophobia, quick reflexes, and stout. I like these two on her. That's okay, because I won't venture her, and that's fine too. So we could definitely take her. Let's go back to the exchange and do this. Oop, that's the wrong place, Tim. You want to come over here.
Word is traveling. Ambition is stirring in distant cities. We can use this.
Manslayer. Interesting option for a... Oh, God. Plague Doctor. No, I don't need you. No, we don't need a healer. I already have 2 Crusaders. We need to keep an eye open for another Leper for you, Unwanted Opinions. Unless you want to be someone different. Like, you want to be another Flagellant or something like that. You can let me know. Because I think you're the last one we're waiting on. Carbon Unit 6 is our man-at-arms once we're finally... Oh, wait, did I kick him out? No, here's Selly. So... one more adventure and he'll be fine as well. So, I think it's just you we're waiting. Oh, wait! And Chrysandra, who's going to be our Musketeer when she levels. Alright, well, let's send out some level 0s. This is going to end up being a quick one. And because it's going to have to be a quick one, that means we need to send these people to someplace quick. Oh, we need I want a Bounty Hunter. I like one of each class in here. What do we want to do? The Cove? I think we should do the Cove, because that will unlock the... It'll let me do 2 things. It'll let me test the groupers to see if they have their... rough waters and how we feel about that, and it also lets me raise it up a rank so we can do the boss over there. So let's go ahead and do it. I think. Oh, we have an Holy Slayer though. Quick reflexes. Tough. Journal. Okay. Why don't we take... You're a combat Vestal? You are not a combat Vestal? I don't like sticking you in that rank. Remember that in my mod, Divine Grace can be used from the second spot. Can take Fitzroy. She has Patch Up. It'll also let me show her off, so you guys can get a feeling if she's balanced or not. And raise our other Jester up a bit. Shame he doesn't have Solo. I don't want to spend the money on it. Not yet. He can always Dirk Stab forward twice if we need him to, I guess. Or we could bring Selly with us. Oh, you do have Eldritch Hater. Maybe we'll take you instead. You can use Crush and Rampart and use these abilities. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. This will also let me name Selly. Okay, let's go. So, we probably want... We don't really need the bandages overly much here. We'll take one more bandage. A few more medicinal herbs. We'll bring 7 torches with us. 12 food, enough for 3 food checks. 3 shovels. We don't need any anti-venom. I guess 1 key. And that will be good. That's good. Let's go.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
That's more stress than I'm happy with, but they can all go for stress recovery later. We have brought 3 shovels. We will use one of them here. We have medicinal herbs. Let's get someone stressed down. Why don't we make it you? Fossard. Oh, that time it did not recover any stress. You know, once I find out what interacts with a curio, I tend not to interact with it again without, like, using any other trinkets or items. Maybe I should be trying that on a few other curios. Good hit, Fossard. Let's take out the shaman.
Destroyed.
Wow, I didn't actually think you'd do it, you madman. I'm then going to go ahead and rampart this guy to stun him. Oh, you madman? I meant you mad woman. Let's then kill him. Oh, we might not. We have to crit. Let's hex bullet something and see what we mark. That won't actually help us. Darn it, should have gone after him, Tim. Nice, okay, he's using rough waters. Oh, how will that work? I'm curious. Will he use it if he's guarded? I need to know. No! That makes sense, but that makes this awkward. We made him a little weaker, technically, by allowing that to happen, because he's going to use this next.
Their formation is broken. Maintain defensive.
Kill him. We can't actually target him at the moment. He's still guarded. Oof. Our accuracy and crits up now that he's using that. Can we bleed him? Yes, we can. Let's heal yourself a little. Oh, I should have attacked him. I think he still had marked target on him. Let's kill the grouper.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Okay, and now we move on.
If only treasure could staunch the flow. Otherworldly corruption.
Like how that he waited until the thing attacked us to say otherworldly corruption. Alright, I definitely want the scout chance here. I'd like to know if I'm going to the left. Thank you. We don't have to, but I'd be a fool not to check that curio. It could be coral. No coral yet. Okay, do I use another shovel? I think we will. Puts blood in a chest. Guess what? Guess someone who wants to keep their blood. Actually, technically, that's what they do with blood when you get it, when you visit the like one of the labs, like LabCorp or Quest or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called in other countries. Places that draw your blood and ship it off to some place. They put it into chests all the time, so I guess that makes sense. Oh, you're kidding me, game. Okay. That's really unlucky. 2 food checks and 4 hallways. I remember raging a lot one time about getting 5 food checks in a short dungeon. That's just crazy. Oh, I should have gone this way first, just to check it. Okay, I don't see any curios there, so we're going south. Less backtracking this way. Trap? No trap? I secretly think that whenever I say trap, that stops the traps from happening.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Might as well take its protection down a little. Let's just kill it. Darn it! Or not kill it. It's gonna get healed now. Oh, Call the Deep instead. Interesting choice. I'm gonna move up and smack him to kill it.
Continue the onslaught.
So it can't benefit from that.
Destroy them all.
Let's attack the sea maggot. Yeah, even though it's 1 point of damage, we should kill it with our Hellion as soon as she hits.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Might kill it. Or we might miss. Awkward. Please don't hit us again. Alright, good. Let's stun it. Or not.
Impressive. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Take it. 1 torch left, Tim.
Hacks laden with loot.
What?
Are often low on supplies.
That was low on loot. That was $25. We're not bringing any amount of money back from this. Oh, Oh, wow. We have to kill it first. It's too dangerous to not kill it.
Decimated. Annihilated.
Right back at ya. Darn it, it's the one I didn't want to have stunned. Let's heal a tiny bit for these two. Oh, awkward. Let's see if she can heal that.
Momentary abatement.
No luck. Have to kill it this round now, Tim. We're gonna get the stress
Back
stuff.
to the pit.
Where all jellyfish come from.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
And we brought all of these medicinal herbs for nothing. We haven't gotten a single coral in like the 4 times we've been in here now. This is silly. This is silly. I want my quirks gone. Oh God! That's not a lot of damage, Tim. I'd like to kill one of them before they go, if we can. Sure, yeah, before they go, not we go. Let's get our dodge and speed up.
How quickly the tide turns.
I lose so many combat vestals. Thanks to this silliness. Let's, smack him. We have to kill him. That's bad that they're going next. We failed our speed initiatives. So much damage from this freaking group. We have 2 rounds to kill him. We know we need the heal. I won't destroy the corpses. To drag him to the front to stop him from doing a big hit. Oh, maybe we can? No, we can't. Our vessel needs the healing more than anyone else. Oh, wow, that's awkward. Have to kill him.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
That was useful at least. Lots of cash from them. We really deserved that. That was a tough fight. Oh, that's awkward. Let's use Hex Bullet. Oh! Oh, okay, his animation isn't going off for his riposte, so I'll have to take a look at that. Good to know, though. His art's missing the thing. He still won't die. All we've done is just take damage from him.
Eradicated.
don't want our front line taking too many more hits. We also can't have the back line do the same. Let's get your life up a little bit. Did that, yeah, for that reason. Bandages. If this seems gets her again with another one of those, that's going to be really awkward. Yup, this is bad. I need to heal that. She's going to take 4 damage for 2 rounds.
The ground quakes. Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
We're going to peek out and see if there's any curios here, but if there isn't, we're not going to go adventuring. Like, we're done. We're done. I don't see anything down these hallways. I'm not going to risk our musketeer's life. I don't know when I'll get another one. We are quite done. Quest completed.
We will find all manner of great and terrible things in this watery tomb.
Welcome aboard, level 1s. Steady? That's not so bad. Phenagophobia. Thick-blooded.
My obsession caused this great foulness, and it is shameful that I must rely upon you to set it right.
Chris Bataille engaged in flagellation, recovered 100 stress. Sasha D. Meditate, recovered 56 stress. Destruction 42k, removed Stress Eater and locked Thick-blooded. Pincer of Fate removed Paranormania. We have a bunch more level 1s. We have our Siren here finally. And we'll probably go after the Siren next, I guess. We didn't earn a lot of money, so we have to do a long mission, honestly. And who's in here in the stagecoach? We do not have a bounty hunter. Ooh, that's useful, though. We may be grabbing another occultist and just leaving a low level for a bit. Alright, everyone, that'll do it for us. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one, which will probably be a day or two till I get to it. So, see you later, everyone. Thanks again.